This suit costs $800 at retail. The fabric is a polyester blend that costs about $4 a yard. The lining is glued on. The buttons are plastic painted to look like horn. The stitching is done on a production line that pushes out 600 units a day. Total bill of materials including labor, thread, packaging, and shipping under $40. And that is not even the worst one on this list. Today, we are breaking down 5 suit brands that are charging you premium prices for bargain bin construction. And then, because there are still brands doing it right, we are looking at 3 suits that are actually worth what you pay. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what to look for, what to avoid, and how to tell the difference between an $800 suit and a $40 suit wearing an $800 price tag. Let's get into it. Bad brand number 1. Zara. We are starting with Zara because they are the biggest fast fashion brand on the planet, and they sell a staggering number of suits to men who think they are getting a deal. A Zara suit will run you anywhere from $200 to $350 depending on the season and the line. That sounds reasonable until you look at what you are actually getting. Pick up a Zara blazer and the first thing you notice is weight, or rather the lack of it. Most of their suits use a polyester viscose blend. Some of the higher-priced ones mix in a small percentage of wool, but we are talking 15 to 20% wool at best. The rest is synthetic filler. That matters because polyester does not breathe, it does not drape naturally, and it pills after a handful of wears. Now flip the jacket open. You are looking at a fully fused construction. That means the inner layer of the jacket, the part that gives it its shape, is literally glued to the outer fabric with a heat-activated adhesive. Over time, that adhesive breaks down. You start seeing bubbling along the chest and the lapels. That is not a defect you can fix. That is the suit dying. The buttons are plastic. The lining is polyester. The buttonholes on the sleeve are decorative, meaning they are stitched shut and do not actually function. The shoulder construction is minimal, sometimes just a thin pad glued in place. Real cost to manufacture a Zara suit, roughly $25 to $35. You are not paying for the suit. You are paying for the store on Fifth Avenue, the rotating inventory model, and the brand name on a garment bag you will throw away. Bad brand number 2. H&M operates on the same model as Zara, but somehow manages to be even more aggressive about it. Their suits retail between $150 and $250, and the construction is about what you would expect at that price if you know what to look for. Almost every H&M suit is 100% polyester or a polyester viscose blend, fully fused, always. The stitching is loose in high-stress areas like the armhole and the back seam. The lapels have no roll to them because there is no canvassing underneath giving them shape. They just lay flat and lifeless. The real giveaway is the feel. Run your hand along the fabric and it has that synthetic slickness to it. Real wool has a dry, slightly textured hand. H&M fabric feels like it came off the same roll as a set of curtains. Manufacturing cost on an H&M suit sits around $18 to $28 depending on the line. They will sell you a slim fit suit with a modern silhouette and it will look passable on day 1. By dry cleaning number 3, you are shopping again. Bad brand number 3. Kenneth Cole. Kenneth Cole is where things get a little more insulting because the price point jumps up and the quality does not follow. A Kenneth Cole suit retails between $300 and $500. At that price, most buyers assume they are stepping up from fast fashion into something with actual construction behind it. They are not. Kenneth Cole uses the same fully fused construction as the fast fashion brands. The fabric is usually a poly-wool blend, but the wool percentage is low enough that it does not behave like a wool suit. It wrinkles in the wrong places, it does not recover its shape after sitting, and it starts to look worn after a few months of regular use. The finishing is where you can really see the cost cutting. Buttonholes are machine punched, not stitched. Pocket linings are thin. The jacket lining is sewn tight to the body with almost no ease, which means it pulls when you move your arms. Cost to produce, approximately $30 to $45. Kenneth Cole is essentially selling you a Zara-level suit at nearly double the price. The extra money is not going into the garment, it is going into department store placement and brand licensing. Bad brand number 4, Bar 3 by Macy's. Bar 3 is Macy's house brand, and it is marketed as the affordable slim fit option for younger guys buying their first real suit. Retail price sits around $200 to $350. Here is the problem. Bar 3 suits are manufactured in the same factories using the same techniques as the fast fashion brands we already covered. Fully fused construction, polyester blend fabrics, plastic buttons, thin linings. The suits are designed to photograph well on a mannequin and fall apart in your closet. What makes Bar 3 worth calling out specifically is the positioning. Macy's puts these suits next to brands like Ralph Lauren and Calvin Klein on the sales floor. A 22-year-old walking in to buy his first interview suit sees the Bar 3 price tag, compares it to the $800 Ralph Lauren next to it, and thinks he is being smart. He is not being smart. He is buying a $40 suit for $300 and feeling good about it because the one next to it was worse value per dollar. Manufacturing cost, $25 to $35. Same range as Zara. You are paying for the Macy's overhead, the sales associate's commission, and the illusion of shopping at a real department store. Bad brand number 5, Hugo Boss, low-end line. Now we get to the one that hurts the most. Hugo Boss, specifically their Boss line, not the higher-end Hugo Boss mainline tailoring. A Boss suit retails anywhere from $500 to $800. That is serious money. At that price point, you should be getting half canvas construction at minimum, real wool fabric, functional surgeon's cuffs, and finishing that reflects actual craftsmanship. You are not getting any of that. The majority of Boss suits at the lower end of their range are fully fused. The fabric is wool, but it is a lightweight, loosely woven wool that feels thin in hand. The construction shortcuts are identical to what we saw at Zara and Kenneth Cole. Glued interlinings, machine-finished buttonholes, synthetic linings. Where Boss really gets you is on the label. That name carries weight. A guy walks into a meeting wearing Boss, and the people across the table register it. That perception is what you are paying for, not the suit, not the construction. The 3 seconds of social recognition when someone reads the label on your breast pocket. Real cost to manufacture a low-end Boss suit. Roughly $40 to $60. You are paying a 700% markup for a name. That is the worst ratio on this entire list. So those are the 5 brands where your money goes into marketing budgets, retail leases, licensing deals, and a label. The actual suit is an afterthought. Now, here are 3 brands where the money goes into the suit itself. These are brands where you can feel the difference the moment you pick up the jacket. Good brand number 1, Spier Mackay. Spier Mackay is a Canadian brand that sells direct to consumer, and the value is genuinely difficult to beat. Their suits start around $400, and at that price, you are getting full canvas construction. That means the interlining inside the jacket is a floating layer of horsehair canvas that is stitched, not glued, to the outer fabric. It moves with you. It molds to your body over time. It will never bubble or delaminate because there is no adhesive involved. The fabrics are sourced from recognized Italian and British mills. Real wool, proper weight, visible quality in the hand. The buttons are genuine horn. The buttonholes on the sleeves are functional, meaning they actually open and close. The lining is Bemberg, which is a breathable Cupro fabric that feels smooth and does not trap heat. At $400, Spier Mackay is delivering construction that most brands do not offer until you cross the $800 line. They can do this because they skip the department store, they skip the retail markup, and they put that margin back into the garment. Good brand number 2, Suit Supply. Suit Supply has become the default recommendation in menswear circles, and for good reason. Their core range sits between $400 and $700. At the lower end, you get half-canvas construction, which means the chest and lapels are canvassed while the lower portion of the jacket is fused. At the higher end, you are into full canvas territory with fabrics from mills like Vitale Barberis Canonico and Loro Piana. What Suit Supply does better than almost anyone at this price is fit. Their patterns are cut with a modern, clean silhouette that works on most body types without heavy tailoring. The shoulder construction is natural. The armholes are high, and the jacket tapers through the waist in a way that looks intentional rather than forced. The finishing is where you see the value. Pick stitching along the lapels, working buttonholes, real horn buttons, and a lining that is actually cut with enough ease to let you move. These are details you normally do not see until you are spending over $1,000. Good brand number 3, Brooks Brothers Mainline. Brooks Brothers has been making suits since 1818, and their mainline collection, not the outlet or the diffusion lines, still represents legitimate craftsmanship. Their core suits range from $700 to over $1,000. At that price, you are getting full canvas construction with fabrics from top-tier mills, real horn buttons, Bemberg lining, and a build quality that is designed to last years with proper care. The fit is more traditional than Suit Supply. Broader shoulders, a fuller chest, a straighter drape through the body. It is a classic American silhouette, and it is built to be tailored to your frame, not worn straight off the rack. What you are paying for with Brooks Brothers is longevity. A properly maintained mainline Brooks Brothers suit will outlast 5 Zara suits, 3 Kenneth Coles, and probably 2 Boss suits. The per wear cost is not even close. Before you buy your next suit, do one thing. Flip the jacket open. Feel the fabric between your fingers. Check if the interlining moves independently from the outer cloth or if it is stiff and stuck in place. Look at the buttons. Are they horn with natural variation in the color, or are they plastic with a uniform finish? Check the buttonholes on the sleeve. Do they open, or are they stitched shut for show? These are the things that separate a real suit from a costume. And now you know exactly what a $40 suit looks like, even when somebody sticks an $800 price tag on it.